This is DRM76Z coming from you live from the graveyard, wavelength 388. Today is the Saturday stream of Last Epoch, a game I've been playing on again and off again for the last 2 years of its development. I've seen a lot of its iterations and changes throughout many of its years.
There was darkness.
This is boring story stuff. Apologies, I know you guys worked really hard on it, but I still prefer the original character intros that there were in the original game. Not the original game, how should I say it? The original instance of this game. Whew, hot as all hell. Good, it's starting like a good summer stream. Alright. So we are on hardcore. And it's just going to be a challenge run. My general favorite class is Lich. So, I'm going to see how far I can get with a Lich build. Unfortunately, I can't turn off all the tutorial stuff. I've done this so many times. Okay, let's keep moving, boys. And this is going to be solo mode as well, so no help from rando players or anything else. This will be a pure solo hardcore run. I doubt I'll get far because I'll get killed very easily. And I'm aware I'll get killed very easily, but it is better to die and fought as hard as I could then I'm hoping to get chapter 2 without deathless. I'm hoping, but I tend to be very reckless, especially in a game like this where I kind of shrug off and go, oh, death doesn't mean anything in this game. That and my inputs, because I generally use only my my mouse, essentially, because my mouse is one of those programmable keyboard mice, or programmable mice, so I program all the mouse buttons to be my entire ability wheel. Oh, that was close. I have my water bottle right near my foot. Let's move that forward. And I was like, I've been playing this game a lot. Maybe I'll try it as a hardcore for a stream. But I will do Titan Quest next Saturday. Continue with our ever tireless march through Ragnarok. But I wanted to try something a little different today. Something strange, unique, and a little slightly crazy or zany. Because I prefer a little variety, you know. This would be one of my contenders for next game to play after, what do you call it? After Titan Quest. But the problem is, this game is very different than Titan Quest. Very different. And, well, it plays similar, to be fair, but for example, Titan Quest gives you a lot more options. This game does limit your options in a certain degree, but creates customization more. So it's, with the freedom of less skills, but more variety inside skills compared to Titan Quest, where there's a lot more skills, but less variety in those skills. For example, I can have one skill that, let's say, Rip Blood does physical damage, but I can also make it do other different damage types if I wanted to. This game's a very robust web system. I can turn these skeletons into Death Knights and do all these crazy augments to them and everything in their skill tree, which makes this game very unique, I find generally. For example, this build, I also call this stream Feast or Famine, is going to be a Lich. Liches in this game are very different than what we know as Liches in, your typical D&D sense. A Lich in this game essentially needs to feed on life to keep itself maintained. Because a Lich is a temporary form that's like an Overguard form. And it's still my favorite thing because it's a transformed Lich. My desktop background is just someone's fan art of the Lich in the Imperial era. It is fucking amazing fan art. You've probably seen it. If anyone was playing around that time, I think it was 0.7, I think. Oh my god, it was such a good art piece. I saved it as a background immediately. Because it's such a good piece. It's just the Lich floating there through among the graves in the Imperial era. It is so ominous, but so amazing. Oh my god. Every time I think about it, it gives me the chills up my back here. Oh. Marrow. And, for example, an Acolyte is a very risk-reward kind of thing generally for a lot of her builds, is risk-reward. But that's the nitty-gritty nonsense stuff. I just prefer to kick ass and have a lot of fucking fun. Like, come on here. I much prefer that. Alright. That's what I much more prefer. Because goddamn is this fun as hell. Oh, God. It'll have been a long day. Like, me and my big brother, we're going to be playing Wayfinders soon. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully, if he's not too... he's going to, like, a fire or a bonfire tonight or anything like that. So, I'm just hoping he doesn't get to have a little too much of a good time, you know? I still need him for tomorrow to play Wayfinders. Oh, God, Wayfinder. That's an interesting game. That game had an interesting fucking development curve, I have to say. Used to be like a Warframe-esque MMORPG kind of game, and then kind of went away with that, being more of a conventional action RPG instead. They tried to do the same thing as Warframe as well, trying to make a Founders Edition and all that, and oh boy, that did not turn out well. Oh god, I am close to death already, and it has only been 4 minutes. This is going to be a lot harder than I thought it would be, even though I am a ranged character. Alright, I gotta make sure all my gauges are full. And I only use bone marrow shards every once in a while. Keep those minions up. And God, make sure that I spend my points fucking wisely. Massive problem when I don't. Oh shit. No, you don't. Oh yes, finally Wandering Spirits, my powerhouse spell. Wandering Spirits is like my wham combo. It is the thing that will get the most kills on small fry enemies. Like on the mooks, as one of my friends would call them. Like right now, I prefer having Wandering Souls as my main attack, or Scythe, but I'll go Wandering Souls this time, because Scythe would be a little too dangerous. Then again, you know what? Fuck it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as my motto goes. Might as well give it a try. I'll go with Scythe again. I'll be a little brazen with this character. Even though it's hardcore, I'd rather be a bit brazen. Might as well have a bit of fun. And come on. Till I die, let's keep streaming. Yeah, no, I'm not even getting near that thing. You brutes can take care of it. I am going to stay from a far distance away. Probably like 3 zip codes away. No, you don't. Okay, yep, Rip Blood will give me enough health in return to keep me alive. Oh, ow, that hurt like a bastard. Ow. I've actually been killed more by lingering effects than I've actually been killed by enemies. Because they'll die from, let's say, my power, right? Let's say they get killed by necrotic. The only problem is let's say, leave an acid puddle behind. I don't pay attention, and then I immediately die from it. Let me just turn my gain down a bit. There we go. And my god, it happens to me more than I like. Just because I'm not paying attention like, I pay attention like 90% of the time. It's the 10% where I'm like, okay, fight's over. Let's think of the next thing to do, like pick up loot. And that is a massive weakness of mine when I play these games, is I always go to immediately loot goblin mode, and I gotta go, oh, I gotta find all the loot. Gotta find everything. Yeah, and that's a massive problem. It is massive problem. Because it's all well and good to pick up the loot and get all the good shit, but you gotta make sure you are safe before you do so. Or you are fucked. It has happened to me so many times. See, no stash, no nothing. This is a solo character. Solo hardcore Acolyte Lich. Lich isn't the hardest to use, to be fair, and I could just go pure Necromancer minion build and be like pretty much invincible and fine. But nothing ventured, nothing gained as my motto. So I am doing all in on the Lich shenanigans. As in, I will live and die hundreds of times as a Lich, as my over armor, and I will fucking enjoy it. Don't worry, I got this. Like, our alliance is secure anyway. Like, what's this random creepy lady doing here? Who's like talking about madness and power and has all these skeletons with her. She seems a little untrustworthy. Nah, she's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, you gotta wonder sometimes, like, when a character like the Acolyte looks so fucking evil, you'd think, maybe we can't trust them with an alliance of this thing, even though they might be, like, let's say, power hungry or something. You'd probably think in the back of your mind, go, Maybe it's not a good idea to recruit this kind of individual into, a fight for, freedom or justice or whatever the fight is. You would think, this probably doesn't seem like a smart idea. You're like, nah, it'll be fine. Don't worry, it's not like they tried to achieve ultimate power by taking life and souls from people. Nah, that's a slight concern. Not a real concern, just a slight one. It's only slightly concerning. It's like, bro, they are literally draining the souls out of people, sucking them dry like a fucking juice box. You're like, no, that's fine. It's like, no, that's not fine. That is the definition of not fine. Oh, it's funny. And I do like the Lich in this game is a little more unconventional as just a form, not ascension. It's not a permanent thing, it's a idea of permanence. Alright, ghosts, fall back. Because right now I'm being artillery fired upon by those blooms. So essentially it makes the area essentially like more of a war zone, which is very unfortunate, for me anyway. And I do remember when people said Lich was either really good or really bad on depending on what player's hands have it, like who's playing Lich. And I've been playing Lich ever since this game. Like I started playing this game, which I think I started playing at like 0.6 or 0.7. So I've been playing this game quite a while. And I've seen a lot of iterations of Lich. And it's gotten a lot weaker than it used to be and stronger in certain points, right? Because Lich does kind of lean into a certain playstyle of high reward and a lot less life. As in, you're always on the verge of death, and that's how you want it to be. I was thinking, you know what? That would make a really interesting character. A really low health build on hardcore. And I was thinking that when I was playing this earlier. I was doing a tester character. Just for funsies, I was just doing a fun Lich. Just to get to monos, and then I realized, how about I try it? And then I wondered to myself, let's try that tonight for stream. Let's see how well it works. Because what I like to do, like, I try to do some preamble before stream, just some setup stuff, just some look into what I can improve on and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, I still want this to be a good piece of thing for people to watch and enjoy. That's why I try to normally tend to do my streams, like, late at night. Or, when people are kind of winding down for a day. I want people to be able to like turn me on in the background, just listen to me, and maybe watch if something exciting happens. That's why chill is in one of the tags, obviously. I don't want someone to be like, oh, this guy's like uber good at the game. No. I want myself to enjoy the stream, and I want my audience to enjoy my stream. I think that is like the most preferred thing to do for streaming is not only to cultivate an audience, but the ability to just have them be retained, I think is the hardest part. But I think it's just, if you're just a normal person trying to stream, you're not going to make it far. Because people will be drawn to two things. Either like a manic and a very, like, interesting individual, or a very dry person. Dry as in that, like, they lack moisture. Dry as in they're just very monotone, very serious, and very, very expressionless to a certain degree. And people see the contrast of like everyone's like over the top. It's like, oh hey guys, today we're gonna review XYZ product, blah blah blah. And then there are more people like a good one is Future Canoe. He does like unironic cooking videos and all that. And essentially he has a very mute or monotone personality. But with that monotone or mute personality, he does still shine in his own aspects. And that's what makes, like, that's why I say there's like two ways to draw an audience, is you're very excitable and personality focused, or lack thereof. But it's like not only personality that brings like audience members to your streams, it could be just what do you call it, generally what a lot of streamers will do, like, because obviously not every streamer was a big streamer initially, right? So you're like, okay, how do they do it? Well, they did it by essentially promoting themselves on other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those things. They generally would promote themselves just so, they would gain an audience by doing that, like just through self-promotion. And then their personality shined through and people just stuck around to follow them. Right? Sometimes people try to do it artificially, right? Like, Well, more like the platforms had to. There was a famous story a few years back. I think it was a little while ago now, where there was one video made by some random creator it was like their first video ever, and somehow they got a million views. They're like, okay, videos go viral all the time. Why did this one go viral? Well, it turns out some people were doing some digging, some investigations, and it turned out the algorithm was tuned specifically for that video to be picked up and used. Not the creator did that. It seemed like an act to participate on the platform itself, or parties interested in making sure that person succeeded. Conspiracies aside, it was a very interesting note that the platform normally dictates on what content is popular or mainstream or anything like that. So trying to build something up essentially becomes irrelevant. But here's the thing, I'm not a quitter. I don't give up. I'm not like, if someone tells me the odds, it's 1,001 odds I'll ever be a good streamer. And I'm like, okay, what define good streamer? Is it I can make jokes? I can follow the line between, oh, edgy humor and what is like the words of the day we can't use? Or is it because I go out of the lines just enough to be unique? Or am I just someone that enjoys games and loves playing games? Am I a contentious individual, a controversial people call? Like, there's so many things people don't realize about that kind of stuff where when you're a controversial figure in like the time you live in, let's say you live way back in the 1800s and you had very crazy ideas about automation and the idea of like replacing the worker with machines, let's say something very foreign from like 18 to 1900s, where there were machines, yes, but they weren't replacing people, they were being used by people. If you told them 200 years ago, yes, I want to replace every worker on this line with a machine, they would call you crazy, controversial figure that believes people are useless or lazy, therefore you are essentially a reprehensible figure in society. And like, this has happened a few times. What the hell? Oh shit. Oh man, this is what happens when you have friends that are memesters. Oh, they're too good. They're too funny. Anyway, when I was talking about like being controversial, it's interesting. One day you can be deemed like the most horrid figure in history, right? Like you can be depicted with some of the worst people in history. The next day you can be deemed like essentially a Christ figure where you did the right thing, but you were too advanced for our times, blah, blah. It's very fascinating on how people change their minds very quickly about that kind of stuff. Where one minute you could be like a saint of all saints, like you could be the most saintly of all saints, and then tomorrow you can be deemed the devil, and that reputation will be destroyed. A reputation takes years to build. To destroy a reputation takes only a few moments. That is one of the most truest phrases I remember hearing. I can't remember if it was a quote or from a friend of mine. No, it was from my mentor, actually. She told me that. She told me that to build a reputation takes years or maybe even decades, but to destroy a reputation only takes mere moments. And she pretty much told me as it was an example of humanity's innate depravity, or our innate instinct to gossip and essentially use gossip as a thing. As in, we would rather hear gossip than the truth. For the gossip is more interesting. With this more interesting truth, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. All that matters is it's interesting. Something from the mundane. Even though it may destroy someone's lives, multiple people's lives, or even an entire country, factory, whatever have you. Right? Like an entire business, an establishment, everything else. It doesn't matter as long as it's interesting, right? Which is horrifying when you think about it, but at the same time, you understand as a person, you understand, yeah, that seems pretty realistic. It seems very realistic that people would destroy someone's reputation in mere moments just because it's very interesting. And you're like, oh, maybe that's a human problem. And it is, fundamentally, it is a human problem. But here's the thing, if we Like, for example, what we're doing now in the modern day is we're trying to strip everything that makes us human, trying to be, quote, something better or more accepted in society. But the more you strip away the fundamental cores of being human, the more inhuman you become. Because you no longer have that innate instinct of togetherness or idealism. You just become a machine that doesn't care about anything. You only care about what you are societally accepted as. You will use labels to attach to yourself just as nothing more than a mere little title of yours. And the funny thing is, we had this time in society. It was during way back in the Dark Ages and the Medieval Ages where a lot of people would just go by their titles instead of by their actual names. For if they, let's say they committed a reprehensible act, they would use their name. But to uphold an image, they would just use their title in public. Did everyone do this? No, but there were cases of it. And I'm not going to argue the semantics of, oh, is it right or justified? An atrocity is still an atrocity at the end of the day. It is, you can't justify an atrocity no matter how much you try to say, oh, it was needed for this reason. No. If you commit an atrocity, it's still an atrocity. You just justify it so you can sleep at night going, I did the right thing. Generally, people forget about that when they write stories about, like, you know, reprehensible acts. Or even modern history forgets that. Yes, it's a reprehensible act, but we can't have it the end-all be-all of all human tragedy, because humans have gone through so much more tragic moments than just one or two. Don't get me wrong, some of the more modern human tragedies have been fucking horrific as a result, because of not only technology, but sheer pragmatism of just essentially mass execution. But the thing is, you also have to realize it's not only that, right? It's not just the mass executions that are horrifying. It is the willingness to do so. But we shouldn't admonish this willingness for a few very good reasons. One mainly is it is the thing that allows us to actually be a species. And what do I mean by this? It's motivation. It is willpower and free will, essentially, I suppose. Don't get me wrong, mass executions and mass genocides, evil. Pretty on the board, you know, don't kill people, obviously. But the thing is, even, let's say, you know, mass genocides and mass killings, right, are very horrific things. But it takes free will to do so. A lot of people would say, oh, try to arrest them before you do so. Like, how would you know they would commit, you know, atrocities or genocides or whatever? Like, oh, you know, they have, let's say, certain things about them that would seem they would be more inclined to do it. Like, okay, so you're going to essentially take away someone's ideals and freedoms just on the nation or on the notion of they could commit a crime. Because people don't realize how slippery a slope that becomes. Inevitably, what will happen is one person goes too far, and then now everyone has to overreact to protect their interests, whatever their interests may be, from any kind of incident. But when this occurs, people generally forget they are trading their safety, or well, they're trading their security. They're trading away their freedoms for security. But the problem is, those that give up their freedoms for security deserve neither. Benjamin Franklin said that. Why did he say that? He lived in a time where they just got out of a brutal war for independence against the British. And he pretty much, this is when he was being a delegate to France before, you know, the French stuff happened. And essentially, his meaning behind this phrase is those that trade away freedoms don't deserve, like those that trade away their freedoms don't deserve liberty, for they've sold everyone else's freedoms with them. Essentially, they've sold everyone else's freedom so they could feel safe. But now no one is safe because now there's overwhelming power. Because here's the thing, power corrupts absolutely, no matter what. You can be the most generous and honest person in all of reality. And you could be like the most kind individual. You could be some of the like most golden-hearted, some of the like most soft-spoken, compassionate individual. But inevitably, with enough power or influence, you can become some of the evilest monsters in history. Because here's the thing, people aren't born monsters, nor are they born heroes. They are born human, fundamentally. People often forget that about the human mythos, like being human. We're human first. Generally, we use this as like a misnomer to essentially mistake us doing really stupid stuff on the internet and stuff like that, or even like things that are just like oopsies, you know, like, oh, whoops, accidentally sent a war crime to Korea, whoopsies. Lingering souls, I gotta run around. And a lot of people forget that, about that whole notion of we are fundamentally human. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't excuse everything. I'm not gonna say, oh, we're fundamentally human, therefore genocide's fine. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You don't get that, oh yeah, since we're human, we can commit, like essentially crimes against humanity. Because, you know, it was a human mistake. It's like, no, no, no. There's a fine line between mistake and atrocities. And it's very easy to tell between the two. You'd have to be either ignorant, as in you want to not acknowledge that you just committed an atrocity, or really stupid. And it's not normally not out of ignorance, it's normally out of naivete, I suppose. Oh, dear God. Summon more skelly boys. Let's go. Oh, fuck. Lingering souls. I wanted to finish these guys off quick. I'm more hoping to get the Lich. Actually, yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. Shouldn't be. But no, it's... I think human nature is fundamentally the most interesting thing about our species, but at the same time, like, we are both capable of great acts of heroism, but also great acts of villainy. And we all always have to remember that's within each of us, right? At the end of the day, both of us can be equally heroic or monstrous. Some people would argue it's our innate human nature to be more animalistic or primal. Others would argue we are built more civil. Well, then again, I think the ones that argue we're meant to be more civil are ones that are a little far, their heads far up their own ass. Just because they think humanity is some kind of bastion of uncorruptible morals. It's like, no, we are very easily corrupted and tempted by many things. I can understand, you know, superiority in our own species, which I can totally get behind. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we still need each other. No matter how competent you are at doing certain things, you still need each other. Alright, let's go. We got shit to do, boyo. Let's move it. Let's move it or lose it. Okay, I have 5 points, so I can get that. Okay. Armor or damage? Damage or armor? 2 to armor, just to keep my succulent butt cheeks alive, and then we'll keep going. But no, generally, people forget a lot of the times when we create myths and legends, it is fundamentally humans at the end of the day, right? Like, monsters aren't real to a certain degree. And when we create monsters in fiction, it is because we perceive ourselves as those monsters. And generally, a story that writes about monsters generally is perceiving humans as becoming monstrous. That's generally the idea behind it. Okay, let me switch to Scythe. Rip Blood becomes, not Scythe, Rip Blood becomes Hungering Souls. So now I have a Scythe attack, which is really fun to use. And we can't ever misguide ourselves as gods, which is a very bad idea. Ward gain on a cursed enemy, which I'm going to get Spirit Plague for that. Can I switch Spirit Plague for something else? No, I have Hungering Souls, Bone Curse, nope. Mike said on Friday's live streams they are going to make more common, though. That's good to hear. Yeah, but no, it's one of those things where we have to not only fundamentally argue our humanity, but we have to question our actions. This isn't the idea of, oh, dwell on every single action and be hung up on them, but just question why you do something. Just every once in a while, just if it's a major life decision or moment, you should question yourself on it. Because I find a lot of people in the modern age have lost the ability to reflect on one's actions and only depend on their actions when there's when there's other people involved only. Let's say it's an independent action, just no one will be affected but you, let's say. You don't really care about the action, you're just like, I'm going to do it anyway. But people only become considerate when there's others, or it's the opposite. I find it's the opposite more these days, where a lot of people have stopped caring about others, so people care more about themselves and their own actions than the actions of others around them or what their actions will do to others. You could argue society, like humanity in the modern age or more modern age has become narcissistic to a certain degree, which I wouldn't argue is not true, because the rise of narcissism actually has become quite notable over the last 50 years or so in more countries that are kind of abandoning cultures, like their old culture and their old ways, to embrace a modern way of living or modern standards. Am I saying we have to go back to the way old days of horse and buggy? No. I'd say I think we've lost something with the transition of time, fundamentally. Also, time is pretty poignant when I'm playing Last Epoch, which is a game all about time travel, which I think is pretty funny. But back to my little spiel here. I think the problem is when we fundamentally lose ourselves in certain times, in certain places, we lose our humanity fundamentally. Sometimes we argue, oh, we had to do it because it was a turbulent time. Or a lot of people will argue, oh, it's required to leave because XYZ or something like that, right? For it was a time of desperation or moral struggle, therefore it was justified to do XYZ. And we lament on these actions and it will never happen again. And yet, 50, 100 years later, the same kind of strife occurs. Let's say it's a starvation or famine. Same thing still happens again. And the same excuses are always given. So I'd argue humanity's gotten to a point of stagnation to a certain point. I'm not saying we can't adapt and evolve and change our ways of thinking, but it's not only abnormally hard to do, but generally unheard of. Because generally we keep, our ideas very contained. Transfer materials. Oh, yeah. I have, like, no foraging materials. Oh, yeah. This is exactly how I like playing this game. No resources, no materials. Yep. My safeguard orb, just in case. Because I won't have my two-handed yet for a little bit. Ooh, paper.
Let me ask. We cannot keep the old ways.
And generally, I can understand why people want to hold on to tradition, and I can also understand why people want to abandon tradition and embrace progress. I think both points are valid, but I think we need a balance between the two. Retain some tradition, but also move forward with it. Incorporate the traditional value with the progressive value. I think that's the only way to fundamentally mend things between the two. To fix the difference, if you will. If one side fundamentally says to progress, we must do X, and the other side is no, we must maintain the old ways, how about we create a road between the two, or a middling ground? The only problem is that middling ground has been widened to such a point where it's been fractured once more into two warring sides. I'm talking about like the modern landscape these days. So once ideas that were thought, oh, that already happens anyway, who cares, have now become contentious battlegrounds of either ideologies or politics or whatever. And that's the unfortunate part about it. When you tear a society fundamentally apart on basic notions of, let's say, if people deserve rights or no rights, you essentially destroy the fundamental thinking of that society. Destroying that society is never a good idea, because you have nothing to replace it with. Without the ability to replace it, you inevitably lose any kind of common sense or ideal. Hungering souls. More damage. With this loss of, you could argue common sense, or what would be a better term? Not common sense, because common sense normally argues the point that all sense is common or a common way of life, which would be more considered traditional in a certain degree. I suppose the best word would probably be closer to understanding. When people have general understanding, let's say a rock is a rock, everyone's like, yeah, that's a rock over there. But let's say now one side says, oh, it's a cultural phenomenon, an icon. Even though it's only been a rock, and it's been just like a regular rock in the ground for hundreds of years, and no one's really made any kind of like noteworthy things about it. And now, over like many times, now it's considered some kind of treasure, some icon, some bastion of religious significance, or some great struggle. And you're like, no, it's a bloody rock. What do you mean? Oh wait, I need to buy back this cold damage, lightning. That melee damage is way too good because my scythe is melee based. So I'm gonna just continue with that. It's funny, I didn't get insta killed by that blade guy earlier, but I have a feeling I might get insta killed by some others.
Everything okay? What happened? You stay safe.
Okay.
Stay alive.
Nope. Intelligence, which is necrotic resistance. That only helps if I have minions, but I'm not gonna have minions because Lich. Hungering Souls. This might be good just for this, which is ward retention. Okay, faction menus. Yep. I might go with the merchants if I ever have time to. But first, let me go to inventory, appearance, the Anorial wrap. Yep, I love this thing. Like, this thing is such a cool color, just because it is red, so it's obvious, right? It's very obvious, bold, and in your face. Love that shit. It's great. But no, I generally like playing this game with just one hand, essentially. I like doing that so I can, like, type, I can play other things and do other stuff. Because this game I kind of can play on autopilot, generally, after a long time. But at the same time, I do have to focus sometimes, right? Like, it's not a, oh yeah, easy I win button kind of game. It is a, I do have to think sometimes. Don't get me wrong, there is some really fucking easy ways to play this game, but there's also some ways to really play it really jankily. And that's what I do. I love playing gimmick builds in this game. Oh my god, gimmick builds are just so funny to watch. Because they're weird, right? Like, the game's like, oh, the intended synergy is this. It's like, how about I keep as long as I can in this form, though? And the game's like, no, don't do that. You're not supposed to. And that's what I did originally when I was playing as Lich. Like, way, way back when it was, like, I think 0.6 or whatever. Like, way back when I first started playing. Like, ages ago. And I remember I would play it really jankily. Like, oh my god. I would play so much jank. It was fun. Don't get me wrong, they've streamlined it to a certain point now. Like, there's certain things you can't do anymore because either those don't exist or things were fixed, which is kind of good. But it was funny, I was playing as Sentinel, today actually, with a few buddies of mine. And what happened was, as I was playing Sentinel, I'm like, oh, is that glitch still around? There was a glitch my friend was talking to me about, and he's like, oh yeah, there's a glitch here. If you do this, you can actually glitch yourself. I'm like, wait, they haven't fixed that? And I remember it was a glitch people talked about, like, a little time ago, where when you use the Sentinel's movement ability, you can get yourself stuck. Playing Forge Guard scales of... Oh, fuck. That's a lot of dudes. Nope. Good lord. Jesus, I hate getting bombarded by these acid assholes. Okay, let's keep moving. But no, I think the fundamental state of humanity at this moment, I think we're fracturing. Like, as just a general society cohesion, is just fracturing. It's going to take a lot longer, though, to be fair, to actually notice all the impacts, because people can still live a day-to-day life without being affected. But it's once the entire cultural sync occurs, where the culture itself just starts falling apart, that's when people will be like, oh shit, our country, our society, or whatever it may be, is gone. And people will realize that, like, there's some interesting parts in history, if you ever read them, where a lot of the time in like countries when they fought in, like, let's say civil strife or wars, a lot of the time the average person didn't really notice. Because at the end of the day, people still have to live a 9-to-5 job. It's not the entire country goes to war at itself. It's not like that. It's essentially two sides of, let's say, a political ideology or whatever, go against each other, head to head and all that. But it's the civilians that get caught up into it. That's really it. Generally, not all the civilians are, like, don't get me wrong, the civilians are probably interested in one side or the other, but they're not actively interfering in it, because they're just trying to live their day-to-day lives. So there's been a lot of times in countries where civil war or civil strife or civil unrest occur, where there's just a lot of people that are just living their lives, just nonchalantly. And you're like, oh, how can you live like that when the news is only about all the chaos and strife? And that's the reason. People can live a normal life because they just have to. There isn't some just simple, oh, we're all at war now, therefore we all have to fight a war. It's not like that. The mentality has never been like that. Even in countries that are completely war-torn, people still have to live. People still have to do a living. They don't just immediately just all strap on helmets and guns and just go to war. Right? And that's a lot of confusion when people are like, oh, this country's at war now. Every single person's fighting this war. It's like, no, a lot of people are just living their lives. Even in a civil war where it's fellow statesmen fighting fellow statesmen or a military coup d'etat, it's not like everyone's being hunted down and killed. It's a small part of the country just fighting each other over who owns the country. It's not like neighbor fighting neighbor, depending on how bad the war becomes. But I think in this modern age we live in, I think it will get that bad. Because the thing is, never before have we seen such a divide on a micro scale before. Like, on such an in-depth scale of how even, like, individual conflicts have now become political conflicts. Or they've been made into political conflicts. And as a result, these new issues being created from personal grudges and pettiness have not only made more people on one side or the other, but it's perpetuating, feeding that cycle, creating more and more people being displaced by it. The more people that are displaced and the culture being disrupted, the more and more that are willing to fight to change it, even for the better or for worse. People can argue, oh, it's better or worse because it's our side or whatever it may be. I'm not here to argue that. I'm here that the fundamentals of countries falling apart due to political division is not only occurring in real time, we're actively seeing it as the countries fall apart, and they're trying to essentially, like, the people in charge are just scooping up all the resources they can before the country inevitably falls apart. And you're like, oh, how would you punish them? Like, what I would do is I would never allow them in the country. Like, if I was ever in charge, and let's say there was a brutal conflict, and after the brutal conflict, essentially what happens is the enemy faction loses, and they're essentially at the mercy of the new government, and I'm the head of it, let's say. The easiest way is to exile them and never have them to return. Not their descendants, not anyone involved with them. Just have them all leave the country. Any assets they had in the country are now seized and are now under whatever control. Because they're the ones that disrupted the country's way of living, so this is a payment back to all the lives they ruined and destroyed. Oh god, this Forge Guard's tough. Oh god. Oh shit. Just to prevent, like, for example, you need resources to fuck over a country. So if you disarm your opponents before they have the resources to rise against you, then it's easier to, you know, stay in power generally. But here's the thing, you have to walk that very fine line of being a tyrant and being someone that just repurposes resources. Because it's very easy to be looked as a tyrant when you repurpose resources like that. Especially if, like, let's say you're fighting a noble ruling class or something. If certain nobles start disappearing and you start redistributing their wealth, they're like, there's something weird going on here. But if you're saying, hey, no, we exiled them because they were fucking killing people and hunting them down as inferior, let's say, or whatever it may be, whatever the reason may be, you're like, oh, okay, that makes more logical sense. Don't get me wrong, this is how you excuse atrocities as well, to be fair. This is how you can excuse a lot of bad behavior. And this happened in history, too, where people have excused bad behavior by saying the other person was doing the bad behavior first. You know, just gassing up everyone else, saying, yeah, they're totally the war criminals, you know? And then as you commit more war crimes, like, that's the thing. You always have to be very... What would be the word I want to use? Suspicious of anyone that says, I'm here to help. Just because you have to innately think, what do they gain in the end? You don't have to always think that way, to be fair. But just think that way initially once or twice, whenever you have an interaction. Unless you know the person personally and you've known them for many years, always have that hint of suspicion. A healthy bit of suspicion is a good, healthy mind. Without this, like, healthy suspicion, you will inevitably get fooled every time. A lot of people are like, oh, no, I can trust these people. It's like, no, 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 no. You have to be very, very careful on who you trust and how you trust them. Would you trust them to, say, let's say, safeguard a checkpoint when you know that they have family ties to the enemy faction? Or would you be like, okay, I know you're going to do something to smuggle your family supplies or whatever. I know you're going to. It's obvious. So what you do is you allow them just a bit enough power just to allow themselves to show what their loyalties lie. And when you catch them in the act of showing them being disloyal, you just get them out. Because just think, the more brutal you are to your own men, the more likely your men will rebel against you. Just fundamentally and inevitably, that occurs. If you're like a complete dictator or a complete tyrant on your beliefs and opinions, where you are the absolute authority, you'll inevitably be killed by those opinions. Because they would deem it as that absolute authority. Like, people don't like being talked down to. Like, if you've interacted with, like any kind of person, like any kind of working class Joe or anything like that, the thing they hate the most is being talked down to. As if there's some kind of the peasantry or, oh, they're day laborers or anything like that. Where you're like, oh, they're too stupid to understand concepts of this, this, and that. Like, no, but we have the ability to dream of those concepts, therefore they can probably figure it out. And that's like a lot of the interesting things where people that think they have a higher education, or they say, oh, I have a higher education, therefore I'm more intelligent, are often more foolish. And can be easily tricked easier, for they believe they are innately superior. So they think being tricked by someone who just scams them is impossible. They would think, oh, I could never be XYZ scammed. That's only for the stupid people. I would never. But it's generally those that deem themselves as smarter or more capable do get fooled more. And I'm saying perceived as more capable, because they generally are not. Oh, he instantly killed my skelly boy. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, crap. Oh, I died. Fuck. Main menu. Ah, there goes Lich number 1. Well, she got fucking destroyed. Like, I got fucking game ended instantly because I didn't take a damn health potion when I should have. Okay. Well, I lost the hardcore run, unfortunately, but I'm still going to choose Feast every time. And I know I'm dead, but I'm going to keep going. Because I'm going to keep trying. Also, I don't know why that person's running in the wall. Because I refuse to give up. I'm a stubborn asshole when it comes to games like this. I might have died, but I'm giving it another try. Actually, you know what? I should probably delete this character and do a new one, actually. Yeah, it's only fair. Leave game. Alright, DRM did not do well. Let's do DRM Mark II. That is the next one. So, sorry. Character name. Alright. We're doing another hardcore. Create a new character. Legacy. I can play as a sentinel, actually. Actually, you know what? I haven't done a primalist in a long time, and I'll go with druid. Okay. DRM. Mark II. There we go. Hardcore, of course. And solo account. So I can't get any help from all of my gathering from other files. Alright, now we're doing the Primordialist this time. Let's see how far I can get with a bear and a few bit of dreams. This character I'm a little way less familiar with, so I may end horribly on this.
Restless spirits of my family. The Temple of Eterra will have my answers.
Alright, this man's a big man. He chonk, he big, and he can fight. This is going to be very different than my Alkalite, who is very thin, very meek, and very powerful. This is a big dude. He's got the chunk, and he's got the skills. God, how many hardcores am I gonna run through? I hope I don't run through them all in the evening. Oh, good lord. Come on. Okay, there we go. Now we got some attack speed. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. It'd be bad if I had to use Sentinel, because Sentinel's, like, really defense-focused. It's funny, I actually play an aggressive Sentinel, actually, in one of my cycles. I play as, like, a Void Knight, which is, like, one of the most aggressive ones you can play as. But they're very weak, but very aggressive, which... Ooh, what's that do? Gathering Storm? What the hell? Strike an enemy. Ooh, let's try that with a melee. Yes. Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot I have evasion. It's funny, I'm such a gamer. What keeps happening is I always have my I have both of my key, hands on the keys for WASD every time, and it's just a subconscious thing every time. Like even if I'm like typing at work for like spreadsheets and shit, happens every goddamn time. Nice. This Gathering Storm ability is really quirky. What does it do? You gain a Storm stack. Every Storm stack, a Storm Bolt. This interval is reduced by 2% for every stack you currently have. Cool. Nice. Oh, crap. You know what? I don't fear these guys. As a Primordialist, I do not fear just a bunch of firebugs. What I do fear is a giant guy riding a bird that has fire. God, I'm gonna just die every stream tonight, aren't I? I don't know why I have that feeling, but I think I'm gonna get my ass kicked like 7 times a Sunday on this. But hey, I want to try this as an experiment. And to be honest, I just want to have a bit more in an interesting fight. This is a lot more interesting to do this kind of stuff than doing Titan Quest, I find. Not because Titan Quest is boring, but it's just something new I want to try. I wanted to try last Epoch out more, just like on the hardcore. Oh god, I'm nearly dead again. Good lord. I really have to pay attention with this guy, because I'm a melee brawler. So I'm on the front lines of the fight. Well, I like the choices you can make. It's like, war is a brutal thing, and it is. Like, no war has ever been bloodless. Even though people think there has been bloodless wars. It's a misnomer. Generally, people try to minimize the conflict. Because no one wants to admit how bad it actually was. My favorite thing is when people are like, oh, this is the worst tragedy in humanity because it killed so many people. I'm like, you know, humanity's numbers have been the highest it's ever been in, like, the last, like, 1,000 years, right? Of course, every tragedy is going to be even worse now because there's more people. Because there's more people. Of course it's going to be worse in perspective just if you go by numbers. But the thing is, of course, people die every day. People have always died every day, you know? It's... People die every day, and we just have to... It's funny when people are like, oh, someone died. I'm like, why is that a shock? People die all the time. And you're like, oh, they could have been someone you know about. I'm like, yeah. The statistics of that is probably pretty high. You're like, oh, how can you look at it through a statistical manner? Are you just that heartless? I'm like, no. It's just a practical way of seeing people die. And that's the thing. People die, and it's sad, sure. But the thing is, you can't weep over every corpse, essentially. You can't weep over every idea that someone just died. You have to acknowledge, yeah, people die. And you have to be very well, what did you say? Mentally strong to just be able to understand this concept of people die every day. And you don't weep over tears over everyone's deaths. Oh my god, these guys are fucking strong. What the fuck? Oh, because they're enraged, that's why. I have no health potions. Oh, good lord. Oh, speaking of health potions, perfect. I wish I had armor. You know what? I have a big FU spear. This will work better. Yes, this will work tremendously better. Alright, big pokey stick. I have some shards from my Alkalite who died valiantly against that big bird asshole in the end of Chapter 1. Kind of embarrassed to admit I got literally own zoned by a level 1. Or, well, I got to level 10 with that her, so... That's my first Lich attempt. Now, Gathering Storms. What do we got? Stormbolt. No. I think I might go with Wolf, actually. For skill specialization. Ooh. Increased minion health per point. Lightning and Attunement. Or Primal Strength. What does Druid use? When leaving a transform state, you gain 70% damage reduction for 2 seconds. 20% mana. And that's where you get the Werebear form. The Spriggan form. Summon Spriggans. Swarmblade. That's the one that's really cool. Which is the Swarmblade form. Transform into an agile Swarmblade, increasing your melee capacity and 4 new abilities. Essentially, it's really interesting to use Swarmblade. There's Shaman, which is very magic-y based, and then the Beastmaster, which is your pets. Your pets are your army. Which I'm going to do Druid, because that's going to be the more interesting one, more combat, more like risk of dying. And I much prefer, risking it than going, oh yeah, I'm safe completely because I'm 10 miles away from any of the conflict. No, I prefer to actually fight in the conflict. I much prefer it. Because just think, it's not fun when someone's just standing in the back corner just going, I can cast 100 spells. No. The cool thing that makes hardcore interesting is you fear dying, so you try to play more tactically sound or more, more conservative and more ideal to what a playstyle is to survive, but that's no fun. That's absolutely no fun.
Well done.
It's more fun risking it all to get a bit of a win.
They're not guarding the ruins.
Right? So that's what I'm doing here. I'm risking it all for a win. Like, come on. Like, that's the fun thing about it. That's the fun thing about playing games like this. Like, the gameplay itself is very interactive. Very, very interactive. But at the same time, you can make it very easy on yourself if you know what you're doing. Be like, okay, I just need this kind of weapon, this kind of build, this kind of character, blah, blah, right? You can make it incredibly streamlined and easy. But the thing is, what makes this game interesting is you can play it the complete wrong way, too, if you want to. You can make it so fucking bizarre, where you're relying on one item to keep you alive, essentially. Like, you can risk it all for a win, and that's what I think I love about these games the most, like ARPGs in general, is you can risk it all for a bit of a victory. And it's fantastic. Okay, yep, I'm gonna go save somebody, I suppose. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, our man from the north, he's like, oh, I gotta save someone. Ugh. What a hardship on this man. Then again, I think the Primordius is like the most built man I've ever seen in an RPG in a while. Actually, not true. I've seen more built individuals, I think. I'm just going to turn on an audiobook real quick just to chillax a little. I was going to have a pale ale tonight, but I just had, oh god, what was it called? I just had a whole bunch of like I make like homemade protein bars. And I just had like 3 or 4 of them, so I think I'm good for foodage and alcohol consumption for a while. Okay, perfect. Oh crap, my Spitania. There we go. Yes. Got him. Got him. Yes. Storm Spear. And I'll be known as Storm Spear. The poker of the woods. Yes. My movement skill is middle mouse button. Okay, good. I always gotta remember which button in my head is the right button, because I don't want to hit the wrong one and go, uh-oh, I just jumped into the fray when I wanted to jump out. But I'm more hoping I'm just durable enough to just take hits. Yes. swipe. Oh, that might be fun. But I think that's a physical attack. Ow, this thing fucking hurts. Holy. Good lord. He hurts like a motherfucker. Come here. Come here. Ooh, movement speed and poison resist? Yes. Yes. Okay, my critical strike isn't as good, but that's fine. You know what would be funny? Like, if I lose this Primordialist before Chapter 2, I'm just gonna say fuck it, and I'm gonna use my Rogue. Or a Rogue. Because I know how to play Rogue really fucking well. Like, Rogue and Acolyte were my mains, and I'm good as Acolyte, generally, instead of that poor showing, which... It was poor because I was not paying attention. Like I said, I have a bad paying attention problem. Sometimes. Also, I forgot what button was my health potion, which is a very bad idea to have when you forget what your oh shit, I gotta heal before I die button. Which, like, that's completely on me. I should have remembered what my oh shit moment button is. I should have probably remembered. But hey, you know, things happen. Things definitely happen. Okay. We're doing pretty well, though. Then again, I was doing pretty well as Acolyte, too, and I got fucking game ended instantly. Well, it wasn't instant, to be fair. It was a slow, burning death from that asshole. So hopefully this time, I will succeed at fighting that guy. I hope I don't die earlier. I do like I can just fry them. Oh, I was gonna make the... Oh, wait, I'm using lightning against bird people? Oh, I gotta make the joke. I gotta make it. Who wants some Kentucky Fried Chicken? I have to make that joke. Come on. It's way too easy. It's way too good, too. I'm using lightning to cook them. Come on. I think it would be better if I was playing a Forge Guard Sentinel. That'd be even better. Because it would be literal fire. But come on. Come on, I had to make the joke. I'm literally barbecuing them with lightning. Good God, they do decent damage against me. Got him. Well, at least my regen's not too bad. Oh, God. Thank God for the level up. I think I would be dead otherwise. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Even these little guys are giving me trouble. Oh, God. My God, I can't believe these are giving me such a hassle. Dang it, I'm trying to play not only more carefully now, but more thoroughly as well. So, I'm probably playing way too careful than I need to be. Like, I should probably be using stuff like Primal Strength, Hunter's Regeneration. I think I'm going to go with dual wielding. Just to, you know, bring in a bit of a more of a risk factor. Ooh, cool. A warrior of the north who presented the horrors, who have seen the horrors firsthand. The primordial seeks communication with the power of Atera, the power of the earth, which is, Atera is the goddess, like the big goddess. Same as, what's his name? Eoboros is the big god of darkness. So, Atera is essentially the goddess of light or the earth. And Eoboros is essentially the god of the void, or essentially of nothingness, essentially. Oh my God, I'm just jibbing his health. Holy. Yeah, but he might jib me really quickly if I'm not fucking careful. Like, look at that. Oh, the overguard. Ow, 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 ow. Fuck. Oh, shit. No, no, no. Fuck. Jesus. It's just me running around a lot. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Health potion, yep. Wait, I have totem. Wait, which one's totem? There it is, totem. Fuck. Totem. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna have to just use thorn totems just to kill this guy. Got him. I never thought I would need to use thorn totems to keep my ass alive, but here we are. I'm guessing I'm going to have to play a bit of a range until I keep myself durable enough to survive and not be cooked alive by fire. Come on. Bam. Got him. Jesus. The worst time to be in a tech spot. Oh, no. Oh, shit. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, my Primordialist didn't work out well. Alright, rogue time it is. Alright, rogue time. DRM Mark II dead. Alright, Mark III, let's go. New character. Newest cycle, rogue. DRM K3. This will be a blade dancer. Hardcore. Solo account. Yes. Dear God, I'm going to probably go through every damn character in this game very fucking quickly. I have a goddamn feeling I am. Good God. Dear Lord. Okay. No bow, appearance, red cape. There we go. Alright, let's start.
Been this far from the slums.
Nope.
No looking back now. Time to leave Majelka behind me.
Okay. Perfect. I should probably have my finger on the spacebar so I can actually dodge. I think that might be a good idea because they just added that with the 1.1. So I should probably start using my dodge button a bit more. That might be recommended. Generally I'm decent as a rogue, but it seems like I'm not decent with any character tonight, it seems. So I keep fucking it up. So we'll see on how well this one will survive.
As he wishes to destroy us and steal Eterra's legacy.
Okay, let's see how well this will turn out. Yes. Okay, got him. Gladius of Hunger. Oh, yep. Melee on hit. That's going to be useful. Oh, that's... Oh, damn it. Better cloth armor. Better that. F for Forge. I don't have anything in the Forge, to be fair. And that'd be a little cheating. It's funny. My Alkalite is still the one that did the best so far. She got to the end of Chapter 1 and then died, and I fumbled it right at the end boss. Good God, I am fucking terrible tonight. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's actually fucking murder these guys so I can actually get shit done. Okay. Wooden shield for now, just for defensive capabilities. Just for defense. I like now they tell you about dodge, which is great. Dodge is great. Okay, come on. Okay. I seem like some kind of like wild gladiator or something. My cape, my rusty gladius, and my like small shield. It's like I just left the gladiator pits with like whatever I could carry and go, ah, yes. Time to fight a mythic war now. I do like how uninterested the characters are in like this little war. Like each of them have their own motivation. Like in some of the original content of this game, I don't know if you can still find it or not for the intro cinematics for each character, but each of them were coming to a certain place for a reason. For example, the Sentinel was coming here because he was part of Raya's army, and he saw Raya was just a conqueror. Like, the whole idea, like, he was just a conqueror. He wasn't some kind of benevolent god. He was just a tyrant. So he left the army and to warn people. The Alkalite just seeks power, which, very fair. Wizard, which is trying to redeem himself from training the Alkalite into becoming what she inevitably became, which is a power-hungry, essentially a very power-hungry individual. The Primordialist, he left, I think, the wilds to warn people of the north about Raya's army. So he was also pretty close to the lines of Sentinels, essentially, warning about Raya's army. And, what's her name? The rogue, I think she went here just to escape her crappy life circumstances. Where she was like, hey, I was in this city, which is the desert city of Majula. And she was there for ages. Nice. You survived another night. Nice. Ow. Nice, you survived the MI6 strike. Good. Very good.
That was close.
So much destruction.
Got him. Fuck. Oh, he froze him. Thank God. Okay, I have shift now. Oh God, shift isn't on that key. It's on this key. Yep. Now I go to sleep. Shh. Shh. Go to sleep. Don't let the MI6 bite you in the butt. Shh.
Where'd you learn to fight?
I already talked to them. They woke me at 4 a.m. Yeah, it sounds like them. Ooh. Shit. Alright, have a good sleep, mate. Alright, back to it, Mesame. Okay, I keep forgetting I don't have access to button 5 yet. So, button 2, yeah. Maybe I should change my button commands again. 'Cause I'm so used to using middle click as a sprint. You know what? I'll get used to it. Oh. I keep still using the wrong ones. Dear Lord. But I can actually specialize in a skill right now, actually, which is Fury. Poison I can't use. Attack speed or damage. Damage. Specialized. Damage. Perfect. Alright. Daft Bastard Sword. Okay. What the fuck? Oh, more Ayas of Raya. Fuck off. This button. Yep. Okay, now we can kick this thing's ass. Okay. Alright, we can freeze the Forge Guard, which is good. Uh-oh. I do like we freeze a little molten thing of armor, which I think is a funny idea. Okay. Come on. Come on. Gotta crack this tough nut to crack. Come on. Got him. Yes.
We're almost there.
Let's move it.
See you ahead.
Alright. God, I'm more hoping I can actually get this one as a blade dancer, because if I get her as a blade dancer, I could do some really fun stuff. Then again, I said that with the Lich, and she got game ended by that damn Raya bastard. Or, well, one of Raya's servants. So I'm going to be very carefully optimistic. Dodge rating and health. Let's be very more tanky at the moment, or as tanky as a rogue can be. I'm not expecting myself to be incredibly tanky, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. Actually, I'm going to turn up the in-game sounds because they're a little low. Yep, there we go. Much better. Okay, so now the audio should be popping in more, which is good. Because it's probably like quiet as all hell, so I just wanted to bump it up a little. Let's see what you have. I was going to go bow, but bows are for cowards. Only the sword for me. I probably shouldn't have sold this other sword so I could dual wield, but hey, I don't think I'll get to the level to dual wield. Because I need passive up to 15 for dual wielding. Oh, wait, no, actually, I only need level 5, actually. Okay, I could probably get dual wield pretty quick, actually. That might be pretty poignant, actually. Oh, well, I sold my Gladius, so I'm just going to have to live with that consequence.
Grail was just one both of our you could do this, and our alliance is secure.
Yep, sure, I'll secure your alliance. I hopefully won't die this time. Hopefully, DRM K3 will survive. K3 will survive, I hope. I very much hope. I doubt it, but hey, you know. Luckily, with the sword doing life per hit, essentially me being a fast hitter really helps. Yeah, and dodge, having a decent dodge will help me too. No problem is you can't dodge everything, so I gotta be very fucking careful with this shit. My god, I'm gonna be very careful. Holy. Okay, uh-oh. I thought they were gonna burrow again and just keep going around the fence. Alright, good, I can actually fucking fight them. Perfect. Okay. Holy crap, I am absolutely surrounded. This is not good for a rogue. Very not good. I can murderize the shit out of him, but not good for a rogue. Definitely not good for a rogue. Okay, I'm gonna keep fighting these guys for a while, I think. Don't have much of a choice. But they keep surrounding me, which is not good. I gotta use this, yeah. Oh, high fire damage. This is not good. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. He is really strong. Compared to me, anyway. He is fucking strong compared to me. Okay, that's just a glitched enemy. Okay, good. Yeah, this enemy's glitched, guys. This is not a feature. Or, no, this is a feature, not a bug, guys. Remember that. Todd Howard has deemed it. It is not a bug. It is a feature. We all know it's a feature. We're just all too complaining about it. We don't understand real gaming. By the standards. Oh, God. I always remember that when they're like, oh, yeah. Ugh. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, let's keep moving. All right, I can combo. Yes, I think I'll do a melee combo right now. That'll help me with doing some damage. Yes. No, you don't, boys. You're not getting an easy kill on me yet. Okay. Shit. I gotta take down that bloom. Well, thank God it doesn't have really good accuracy. Thank God for that. I know poison doesn't really work on a poison plant, but you know what? If damage is damage. Damage shall work. Even though it might be resilient to it. It will work, pig. It will do. Alright. Good God. These guys are fucking durable. What the fuck? Okay, let's go. Got him. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I can use shurikens. I keep forgetting about that. I actually have throwing skills. It's funny because my previous character before this one, not K2 or the original, one of my other rogues I played was a falconer, and falconer's pretty fucking strong because, you know, bird is not only indestructible, it fucking weakens, it fucking causes like 10 different debuffs, bleed, poison, like, you name it, it fucking does it. Like, I'm more surprised the bird didn't come out of the screen to give me fucking lemonade or something, too. Let's see here. 2 to damage. That may be a bad strategy, but that's all I have at the moment. Damage, kill and kinetic burst. You know what? I'll do speed as well. Might as well. And then do bloody revelry. Leeches a portion of health, which will be pretty good. And this one's more blade dancer, which is like crit damage, incision, and healing. Stolen endurance, which does help. Good God. Holy crap. Jesus. Okay. We are getting them, chat. We are getting them. We are moving slowly but surely. Okay. Why is my rogue more durable than my fucking... Oh, no, he's not durable. Oh, fuck. She is not durable. Fuck, 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 fuck. Jesus Christ, these birds. Okay, come on. Oh my god, he can spawn multiple of those fucking things? Jesus Christ. As long as I'm hitting him, I'm gaining enough life to offset his damage, but oh my god. That's the only thing keeping me alive, is just my life drain sword. If I did not have this thing, I would be dead right now. Like, I am close to being a dead woman right now if I'm not fucking careful. Holy. I don't really have a minion besides the bird, and the bird I can only get in Chapter 2, so that's not going to be ideal. So I'm just going to put a new amulet on. My Gladius of Hunger is still helping me quite a bit, and I'm just going to keep going. Okay. We passed that guy, which was like one of the... No, this is where I died last time. Okay. Okay, well, let's just turn them into a puree, shall we? Also, that guy, what the hell? It's saying I'm not hitting him, but I'm hitting, like, holy crap. Jesus. Good God. These archers are a pain in my ass cheeks. What the fuck? Come here. Come here, you bastards. There we go. I'm more tempted to be a marksman swordsman, which would be fucking bizarre. Generally, you can do that with, like, what do you call it, with throwing stars and everything, with throwing skills. And it's a very weird build, but it's funny as fuck to use. Where it's like, oh, she dual wield. She's not going to use, a bow or anything. It's like, joke's on you, I throw throwing stars. You just throw waves and waves of shurikens. Like, shurikens can get really ridiculous. Like, how many shurikens you can throw, how much energy it takes per throw. Like, you can do a lot of crazy shit. That's what's great about this game, what I love about it the most, is, like, the crazy shenanigans you can do. Good lord. Got him. Well, I do feel bad I didn't get to use my Lich, but hey, you know what? Mark III is doing well enough anyway. She is doing well enough that she can kill things quickly. She can keep herself alive. You know, it's a win for now. We'll see if we can fight that other guy when we get to him. That big asshole. I can't remember his name. I think it's Orion, I think. That big douche. Oh, Jesus. I don't like they have natural fire. I do not like it. Because fire damage does hurt tremendously. Especially at this low level for me, like for this character. Fire damage hurts like hell. I'm a melee spec, right? All I can do is run up and hit them. Don't get me wrong, I could probably use shurikens, and that would probably be the smarter thing to do. But I prefer a bit of a challenge. Come on. Like, that's the whole thing. Hardcore is for the challenge, not for the ease of play. Yes. Alright, puncture, puncture, puncture. Ooh, melee Void Shard. That could be good if I was a Void Knight of all things. So who's going to be my next class if this one dies? If she dies before Chapter 2, it'll have to be Mage, unfortunately. I'd rather get Mage out of the way now. Because if Mage dies, I'm fine with that. Like, I've lost, like, 3 or 4 class options already, which is very unfortunate. Oh, God. Oh, good Lord in heaven. We got a lot of work to do, chat.
Not happening.
Well, the good thing is with more enemies around me, the more health I gain, because it's per hit, right? So if I hit like 3 guys, my health just keeps up. If it's a one-on-one, I might actually lose enough health to die. That's a big-ass problem. Which makes it funny, because it makes this rogue needing an army to kill actually a thing I need to survive, which is hilarious as fuck. Hell yeah. Ooh, yep, perfect. Oh, an ivory dice. I'm gonna need those. Yes. My dark-looking rogue attire. Yes, finally, a real suit of armor. Or, well, at least something better than the rags I came in. So we will see on how long she shall survive. Let's see what happens. Good lord. I'll give her one thing, though. She has survived most of it so far. I might actually be able to rescue the guy before she dies, at least, which would be great. Well, the problem is, if she does survive that, she has to survive maybe like half the Ruined Era before I can even get a specialization. But if I can get up to there at least, that means I'll actually succeed and survive, and this character might be viable for more hardcore play. But we will see. Yes. Rogue shenanigans. Oh, good lordy lord. Good lordy lord in heaven. Oh. Got a lot of work to do, not enough time to do it in. Good lord. Yes. But no, if I get to, what's his name, all the way to Raya, I think that would be, or, well, not Raya, his servant. I think that'd be a good end point, but I am getting exhausted already. Oh, fuck. These hammer throwers suck. Good lordy lord. Come on. Got him. I got him too. Perfect. Let's see here. Ooh, the pole guard. Yes, that's a decent dagger to actually use. So I can do like a duelist kind of thing where I hold a dagger in one hand, which is like crit your crit and everything, and then I can hold the sword in the other, and that's going to be a lot more other things. Yes. Specialize. Yep. Let's see here. Attack speed and max attack speed. Yes. So I attack even faster. Like, you can attack so fast as a rogue. You just become a blender. It's amazing too what you can do with rogue. I can sing her praises all day and night, but she is not durable. That's the one thing rogues are not known for. Your durability comes from your dodge generally, but you can't dodge everything. Yes. Hell yeah. Yes. Oh, no. DRM didn't survive. DRM 2K did not survive. Now DRM 3 is actually doing... She's doing well. Let's hope number 3 is my lucky bet. If I actually get to 76 on hardcore characters, dear God. Yes. Okay. Good God. Oh, I've shredded his armor. Wait, do I have armor shred natively? Huh.
It isn't safe, but should hope that's not what you mean. Well,
The shard of the epoch. Like, we have no idea what that is. Oh, it will become story relevant later.
these stories are hardly worth it if you don't know why Orion is after us.
Yeah, they want to fuck around and find out. Good God. Yes. Yes. I keep forgetting which button is my dash. And it's the one right on my top, right top of my left trigger. Or my, left mouse click. And I keep forgetting that's the one I should be using. Because generally shift becomes your best friend as a rogue. Because it gives you so much benefits. Yes. Yes. Venom Vial. Yes. Chance per hit poison. Oh my God. Oh, but the 10 mana though on that is way too good. Don't get me wrong, rogues generally don't use a lot of mana abilities, but that 23% critical strike is way too good. If I had a Weaver's Will on that thing, or of the Erased, oh, it would be fucking gorgeous. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. But all I got is this for now, so... Fortunately, that would be the one I would prefer to use, is the Venom Vial, but I don't have, I don't really have poison yet as an ideal thing to use, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, indeed. Hope it gets fixed soon. Oh, good luck with that. There's been fixes we've been asking for a long time in this game, and that hasn't happened yet, unfortunately. Again, it's a small dev team, so I don't expect them to be like, oh, fix a massive issue on day one kind of thing. But I also do expect, like, if it's a well-known glitch from, like, let's say 0.9 to, like, 1.1, you would think they would fix it by now. But the problem is, too, right? A lot of bugs don't make themselves very apparent or even know what triggers them. So you can't just go, ah, yes, this is a problem. It's like, how did you cause the problem? It's just a problem. It's one of those things where it's like you have to understand what caused the problem to fix the problem. But the thing is, sometimes to fix something, right, you can't just take away the ability to do it, right? Like, you can't use dual swords anymore because it breaks the game for some weird reason if you use X sword and Z sword together. Right, because now you're limiting player autonomy, so the developers have to figure, Oh, good lord. Oh, goody lordy. Oh. God damn. You know what? Ryan can go fuck himself. You goddamn crusading assholes in your plate armor and your bullshit. I'm sick and tired of it. I got shit to do, so get the fuck out of my way. Oh, I should have called her Lancia. Because every time I make a dual-wielding character, I normally name them after Lancelot from Code Geass, because one of Lancelot's most... Well, I think one of his most famous... Like, it's a machine, obviously, Lancelot from Code Geass. One of the most notable features that I recognized from Code Geass was his affinity with dual wielding versus Akukurugi's affinity. Excuse me. Okay. Ooh, yes, please. Shift. Yes, Forgotten Road. We can get the fuck out of here, finally. Okay. Yes. 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 Hell yeah.
I'm sure you have questions, but let me first check and make sure the Epoch's safe.
I don't think it's safe, mate. These guys can literally fly.
Good. No.
I could probably kick this guy's ass now, but the game's like, nah, we gotta delay this. Gotta fight to his war camp. Oh, there he goes. Oh my god. Yep, there we go. Buff damage. Every third melee attack or bow strike. Okay. I don't know, that becomes way too situational, like lethal cadence. Like, it sounds strong, but it's really situational. I think I still want to increase these three. And then this one, which dodge rating and damage while moving is 4. Because you can mix it with Blade Dancer's one, which is Dancing Strikes. A fast dash attack, which makes you moving, so you can reduce damage quite significantly. That's what I love about attack. Dancing Strikes. It just allows you to keep moving and harassing the enemies. It is amazing. Oh, good Lord in heaven. I don't know why I always get really sleepy around this time. Okay, shift. Physical damage resist or dodge rating. Oh, dodge rating all the way, man.
Terra's blessing. Prayers be
Okay,
with
let's fight some dudes, shall we? Into the open fields of Atera. Let's go.
Everything
Woo.
okay? What we think? You'll stay safe.
Stay safe. It's an occupational hazard of the protagonist to die. And die a lot.
Not happening.
Damn it. School specialization. I can use smoke bomb shift. Come on. Melee along the path and mana efficiency. Just because I don't have a lot of mana as a rogue, so having more efficiency always helps. Especially when it gets really aggressive later on, when you have like no mana to cast anything but 1 or 2 attacks. But luckily when you're a swordsman or a blade dancer, you don't really need mana. Unless you use some of the more fancier stuff.
Not happening.
There we go. Got him. Got him. Hell yeah. Okay. Ooh, Slayer's put in a guard, which will be helpful actually, Mesame. It'll help tremendously. Ooh, Assassin of Sparks, yep. Yes. I'm not doing bad damage either on these guys, which is not too bad. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. Yes. Sentinel helmet, which will be helpful. Ooh. Nope, nope. That's... A lot of it's not worth it, to be fair, for equipment, so that's unfortunate, so I'm just gonna keep moving ahead. Let's see what we got. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Oh, right. I think I have a debuff every time I hit people with shit. With my blades. Yep. Perfect. Yes. Okay. We're doing well, actually. I'm able to take the onslaught pretty well. I'm able to do decent damage, and I can repel them backwards. As long as I'm keeping my momentum, though. If I lose my momentum, I just instantly get game ended. I have to make sure I keep momentum and pace with the enemy. Which I should be able to. Should is the big fucking word here. Let's see what we got, though. I have a feeling I won't be as successful as I am right now when I have to fight someone with statuses like that, what's his name? I think his name is Orion, I think. Okay. Yes. Hell yeah. Health regen ring? Oh yeah, that's gonna be helpful. Hell yeah. Yep, they're like the thing is they thought like tag teaming me with 2 fire hurricanes would kill me faster, and it does. But they don't realize my swords heal me, or my blade heals me. So I can just stand here and just take hits. There we go. Rest now, Keeper. I will tell you that you failed to somebody important in town. Eventually. I have more population to slaughter at the moment. Yes. Alright. Alright, Jade Ring, Bastard Sword, which is a 2-handed, which I can't really use. I'm pretty sure there is a way to do a Blade Master with 2 swords, or a Blade Dancer. Yes, got him. Alright, we are now finally back to where I was before as the Alkalite. Or pretty damn close. First strike, poison, third is shred, or physical shred. Okay. More damage. More crit chance, which will be nice, but the health on per, health gain per point. Okay, at least 1 enemy, yep. Increase physical damage. Yeah, I'll do this one. More physical damage. 9. Oh, yep. Yes. I like the daggers bigger than the one-handed sword. It's so stupid. I love it. Oh, I love it. Okay. Gaming time. Hell yeah. Slick Coleman, let's go. Come on, man. First kill at 62. Siphon of Anguish. Got him. Yes. Okay, we are ripping and tearing through the camp now.
Easy. Too easy.
Okay. Yes. Well, at least I can butcher them significantly faster, but my god, I need to butcher them quicker and quicker. Because your time to kill in this game must be very, very fast. Because the enemies can be very dangerous if you're not careful, especially on solo. Yes. Another sword, hell yeah. Yes. High stun avoidance, which essentially means I can't stun him to death like normal, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Okay. Ooh, yes. Yeah, this one's better. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, yep. Level 15, unfortunately, and I'm not even close to that yet. Alright, my sword works a lot better now, with 2 swords instead of 1 dagger and sword. Fantastic. Okay. Yes. Alright. Oh man, I just got a gold dagger. God damn it. Now I gotta switch out again. Christ. Increased fire damage, forging. Yeah, no, that's not worth it. Yeah, that's not worth it. The physical damage is nice, the stun chance is nice, but it's not worth carrying around with me. 18 meters, 1.9 meters. Okay, yeah. That's all I can do, because my sword right now is the thing keeping me alive, so I'm gonna have to trust that. Okay. Yes, okay. Let's go. Okay. I got better gear. Hopefully, like, my Alkalite got Kentucky Fried Chicken last time, so hopefully my rogue does not.
You're here for the Epoch.
Damn right I am, bastard.
He was impressive, but it's mine. Core member wing.
He's a very detailed model, I'll give him that. Okay. I can really shred him very easily. Okay, good to know. Let's shred this fucker. Come on. Is that all you got? Respects Orion? Come on. Come on, you big bastard. Come here. Oh, fuck. Now he's fiery. Great. Great, now he's very ornery. Great. Eat this. Okay. I am killing him decently fast, which is good. My time to kill is fast, even on bosses. Solo, but it is not ideal. Oh, God. Come on. Come on, I gotta kick this guy's ass. Okay. Oh, shit. Come on, he's nearly dead. Yes, got him. Got that wily bastard. Yeah, Ryan's not gonna save you now, is he? That's for my Alkalite, you asshole. Alright, let's continue. Hardcore is still viable. Let's go. Alright, to the age of everything goes fuck up. We can finally complete Act 1 without dying. My god. What a legendary feat. Oh, god damn. Nice, a wizard. I see a lot of wizards. Yep, my condolences. Yep. Your friend just died. Whatever. Okay. Nonchalant hero saving be like, oh yeah, your friend died. Oh well.
He's back. He's been
Keeper.
You're back.
Okay, yep.
I'm so sorry to you too.
Okay. Okay, you time shenanigan bastard. Let's see what you got.
With the Epoch's
Okay.
power.
Uh-oh. Oh. Well, we just got sucked into the future. It'd be funny like on how our character figures out what time period it. Well, we obviously know it's not our normal, average time period. Nice. Grab some shit. Hell yeah.
What is this place? I don't seem to have gone far, but everything looks so different. Is there anyone here?
Okay. Well, at least I can kill Voidlings pretty easy. Wait, I just got to level 10 now? What the fuck? Jesus. Well, at least I'm in the Void now. Or, well, in the, what do you call it? The Ruined Era. That's a pretty good point to stop, actually. Better dauber, right? Yep. Alright. Alrighty. Okay. This has been last Epoch on hardcore mode. It'll be Titan Quest next. This was just a bit of an experiment, to be fair. Just a kind of a thing to test the waters on the next potential ARPG I might play. This is probably going to be the next one, but it will probably be a bit more of a challenge playthrough-ish, which is going to be on hardcore. Every time I die hardcore, I wipe the character and start over from the beginning again to actually cost something, right? Instead of just going, oh yeah, I have a better character now, blah, blah. This has been DRM76Z, coming from you live from the graveyard on Wavelength 388. I tried to feast or famine, and I suffered tremendous famine, unfortunately. This has been DRM. I'm signing off. I hope everyone has a good night and a good weekend. Signing out.